Hello, welcome to The Good Show, episode 12, powered by Asus, where we break down what's going on in esports all over the world and then insult it just a little bit that it's funny and doesn't really offend anybody. Alright, Sam?
Yeah, good.
How's it going?
Well, Paul is starting things off,
Huh?
high style, as always.
Oh, I just make shit up on top of my head,
I don't know, man.
but it works.
Got this stuff locked down. It's
Other
all right.
people that do a lot of shit is, of course, our guests. There's Newman. Hello, Newman. What shit you been working on this week?
Nothing. I've been actually on vacation this week, so I've been doing nothing actually. It's
More
great.
like a very constipated week then. So. Brilliant.
Are you still hangover?
Yeah, but I was out last night as well. So
Last time we were out on a Friday, I was hungover on Tuesday. That's bad.
I was out on Monday and hungover still today. So yeah.
I've been digging shit all day on the work. I hate to order flights and travels.
Hellspawn,
horrible.
so that's what you've been up to?
Yeah, all day.
Or is it WCS Nordic?
Yep. Quite a lot to handle, but it's going good.
How could we forget from last week?
Did I say it once, twice, 100 times? Oh, get the ticket. No.
We're joined by Newman and Hellspawn as always, and of course to start off the show, we won't get into so much banter right now, but let's just go straight into what happened last week. We had quite a busy last week. NASL was on. There was WCS is over. There, what's going on, Sam?
It's fine.
What?
Taking a look at the lighting. I feel like we could crank those up now.
I need to dry my hair. I got out of the shower minutes ago.
Yeah,
Do you have new commercials, by the way?
yeah, we do.
I just put my shirt on upside down.
We actually
That's how
run-
ready
we
I am
actually
for
run
the shows.
Asus
I can't
ads in
even
the
dress
background.
myself.
No.
Is it a new version or just a new...
It's a new one, isn't it? Trans, did you just get these? Yeah.
but nothing new on the rise on the Asus.
It's very. It's very.
We thought it was more dynamic.
It's very
Cool, isn't it? The camera, we
annoying.
got a new camera, by the way. You guys have obviously noticed.
Yeah.
It's a brand new camera.
It's
We
bigger.
bought it.
Yeah.
Cost how much?
Too much.
We can tell people how much it cost.
2.5, something like that.
2,500.
Millions.
Just so you can see in detail my chest hair.
Now comes in full HD.
So that was a brilliant.
Brilliant move, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant move. Oh, what the fuck's going on with my cable? Jesus, start of the show is bad. All right, cool. So yeah, let's go into the news, and by the end of that, my hair will dry and I'll look better, if possible. Shut up, Sam.
Don't get your hopes up. All right, guys. We had quite a bit happen actually last week. It's been a very busy weekend, especially in StarCraft 2, where we had so many events, WCS events primarily happening, but as well there was the NASL Season 3 Grand Finals that were held in Toronto. Of course, I'm sure if you guys haven't been living under a rock, you know the results of that. Stefano coming out on top, taking first place, crushing Alicia 4-0 in the Grand Finals. Yeah. One-sided. One-sided. The Frenchman even getting doused in champagne on top of taking a 30K grand prize check. He's not doing too bad. He's going straight to the bank with it. That's what he said. As always, Stefano, straight to the bank when he's not buying Gucci clothing and whatnot. So NASL, apart from that, they were hosting the WCS Canada tournament. So congratulations to them for that. But also, congratulations to Scarlett for taking first place in that. Actually being one of the favorites going into the tournament. She did fantastic. Taking Huck out 2-0 already. Huck, another favorite to go the distance and, obviously take the tournament as a whole. Scarlett put him in the box. She went to the grand finals with Ostoji, who actually took second place, 2-0. And let me see, Huck actually came in 10th. In that tournament. Just want to keep tabs on him because he was the big Canadian hope. It looks like Scarlett is now going to take that place. The WCS China tournament happened as well this weekend. We actually have 2 more WCS tournaments. In China, Com, playing for the Y Spider team, took first place as well as 6K. And actually, it was the WCS Battle.net South American Championship that wrapped up this weekend, and I'm sure Newman is happy about this and happy about this news because Dignitas Killer came out first place there. There were 3 seeds available for the Global Championship. He managed to snag 1. The other 2 went to IM Phoenix and Levin. Not only did he get the first place seed, but he also took 12K USD, so a really good weekend's work for him. Of course, 12K USD goes a long way in South America, so congratulations. He's going to be living like a prince for a while. As well, it's a bit of a sad bit of news for all the Swedish viewers out there, but Thorzane this morning got knocked out of Code A. He's put back in Code B. He's going to have to go through the qualification tournament next season, but his teammate JYP will be advancing further on in the Code A tournament. So an EG team kill, unfortunate, and one of our foreigners dropping out of the ranks. So we'll see what he can do next season. Best of luck to him.
Before we get on to the next bit, which was Brood War.
Brood War, actually.
I just feel
big news there.
Trance was like, Semmler, do all the news at the beginning and make sure you do it at the beginning and then we can carry on. But it just seems so ridiculous having you just read off text for the next...
It's nice.
Trance doesn't know how to run shows.
Just,
You're fucking dumb. You link them and then you come back to the important points. How hard is it to comprehend?
What?
Make a full list of everything.
How hard is it to comprehend?
I just got called
this?
fucking dumb.
Damn, man.
Points, dude. That's the whole
How do you think I feel? I want to speak all the time. I just
All right.
I feel like the bad.
Okay.
stick to the document. Let's
No, Trance, Semmler, go produce. Trance, come over here and
Take the
show us
seat.
how it's done.
Take the seat.
Come on, Trance.
Come on, Trance. I got my mic out.
It's fine.
Go on, you
You
can
did
come
it.
do
No,
it.
I'm not
Go
gonna
on.
do it.
Come on, Trance.
I'm not gonna
Trance is
Put
here.
the
Hey,
money
I got
where
a
your
nice
mouth is.
document. It's beautiful. It's
Trance.
right here.
Come on, Trance.
Trance.
Present some news.
Trance.
Trance. Come on, Trance. Come on, Trance. Everyone's, come on. Trance. How? Are you fucking stupid? How hard is it to comprehend?
I wonder if Semmler gonna rage. No, but now you should be nice. Now it's Semmler's turn to rage.
Yeah. Semmler. Right. So how are we meant to do this? You tell us somewhere.
Well, someone did the bit. Now
Okay,
I have
no.
nothing left to do.
No, but there's other sections here.
I think we should restart the
There's
show.
Brood War.
Okay.
There's Dota 2 and there's Bloodline. You can have a little read. You can have a little read through and then prepare. Okay. We'll let you have a little prepare moment. So you just read the next 3 things, and I'll talk to Hellspawn. So how was your DayZ career going, Hellspawn?
Actually, since I started streaming, it has gone worse. It's like it's hard to. I don't know.
One
Haven't
sec.
got those
One
really
second.
nice
Our
moments.
producer hasn't moved the camera.
No, but he's into it.
Yeah! Jesus Christ. Oh, look at it. He's got 3 cameras. Semmler.
Really?
He just fucking stole your job.
He's a baller.
All right, so DayZ, while Trance reads.
It's funny. I
fine.
like it. I like it. The trans hook me up to streaming. It's more fun. I
people
hope I
sniping
can
you?
just get,
What's your...
playing for 3, 4, 5 hours, just killing people constantly. That's the normal shit I do. But that hasn't really happened. I had some good segments, but overall I think that it's been a little bit slow.
All right, well, thank you for that update, Hellspawn. But of course, we're going to be going back now to the desk, where we will be presenting to you the results from last week with, of course...
Hell.
Stop it! Stop it! You're ruining my introduction, both of you. It was really professional.
You're not on camera anyway.
You're all cunts. Welcome back to the desk, where of course, we will be going over the results of last week in esports, and joining me here is none other than the infamous Christian Trance Tamas. Christian, what's been going on this week?
Well, we've had in StarCraft Brood War, last week we had the OSL Round 4, which concluded.
Look at the camera a little bit when you do that.
Shut up, because I don't know the news by heart, okay? So shut up. So the OSL Round of 4 concluded, 3-time champion Flash, his dream becoming the first guy, making it 4 times. Didn't happen, unfortunately. Fantasy succeeded in disarming him and taking the series 3-0 to advance to the finals.
Can you stop laughing, producer, when we're doing the news? That's
Please,
unprofessional.
what is this? What is
Trance
amateur
doesn't
hour?
do that.
Come on, Sam.
I'll fire him. Keep
All
going.
right. Then in Dota 2, we have
Dota
Na'Vi emerging victorious in the StarLadder Season 2 finals.
Don't tell me. Tell the camera.
You're right, okay. They managed to beat Mouse Sports in the final in a clean 3-0. So congrats to Na'Vi, once again, top of the European Dota 2 charts. Of course, we had Moscow 5 ending up in 3rd place. And then moving on to Bloodline Champions, of course, it was present at StarLadder as well, and a bit of unexpected results over there. Going Bunkers, one of the Russian teams, took the 1st place over the Season 1 champions, Mr. Dandictory, which obviously had a different lineup, but still. And then we had Razer meanwhile in Finland hooking up the third place.
But that's also big news because it means the Russians are catching up with the European scene and Bloodline champions. Thank you, Trans, for the news of last week. Do we have like exit music when we go into another segment?
No. Talk to that guy.
Thanks, Hellspawn. I thought you did really well, actually.
Yay!
But that's the point. You list them, and now we come back to the discussing points, which can be a point from each one of them, can be more, can be whatever.
Semmler, can't you comprehend and understand it? It wasn't that hard.
Why you not comprehend, Semmler? Yeah.
I think Semmler had too much in the StarCraft 2 segment, and it was hard to understand every point.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's this big.
Yeah.
It's this big.
Learning while doing this show, isn't it? What are you doing with your microphone?
I'm trying to fix it.
I'm trying to fix it. All right. So that was this esport news. And you walk off.
Yeah.
And then we'll be right back after this word from our sponsors. You guys move, and then I'll do a sponsor word. It's fine. Welcome back, Spinning Logo, people. Semmler broke the overlay.
I did it! I didn't break it!
You broke the first segment, and you break the overlay. Is the overlay going to work? Press the button. Remove. You can't. Semmler, you fucking broke the overlay.
How the fuck did I pressed 2 buttons the whole time?
That's exactly. Whoever told you could press 2 buttons? It was a 1-button job, Semmler. It was a 1-button job. What do you think you are, the NASL sound guy? Do you feel the need to constantly?
I was messing with levels and everything, man.
We had it perfect, and then you pressed the second button. All
right.
Yay!
Did you see that Simpson?
The DreamHack sound guy's back. Overlay guy. All right, so let's move into the breaking news. Obviously, we're just going to cut straight into something that we had a little bit later. For most of you that know that Fnatic have just signed a new player. It was 10 minutes ago. It's going to be Nama, who won. No, ages ago he won the DreamHack
Winter 2010.
That was the first DreamHack.
Yeah, the very first one.
The first DreamHack with StarCraft 2, and I think that was like the second or third big international.
And what's he done lately? Because I haven't.
I think he has been fairly weak, but
if I remember correctly as well.
he is in the WCS Nordic Nationals winner bracket final.
Okay.
So he's for sure top 3 in Finland still.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good player.
Yeah.
It's an interesting move, though. I mean,
it was
switching Todd with him.
For me, it was unexpected, and I think we can talk some about Todd.
Yeah.
He was the captain of the team. I saw him being the big face of Fnatic StarCraft 2 team. I think that even if they have Moon, who is even a bigger legend than Todd, I think that Moon, you don't really remember him, and you don't for sure don't remember he's in Fnatic.
Todd is more of a character as well, and he was like you said, the face of the team. And my impression is that he really didn't want to stay in Korea, and maybe that's why he left.
Really?
Yeah, that's my impression at least. I don't know.
I think he loves Korea.
I don't have any inside info about that. That's the impression I'm getting.
All right.
Well, I know he was whining a lot about playing European qualifiers and US tournaments and stuff from Korea.
And I think that he really need to pick up someone else also, in addition to Anama, because I think that Knighton he's a good player, but he's not like oh, Nighten is coming to this tournament.
Yeah.
I think Alive, skill-wise, has that feeling, but his personality is not as big as some of the other Koreans.
Yeah. I mean, they're focusing a lot on Korea now, and so I'm guessing that's why they don't invest in Western players. But I mean, I think they need a Western face to the organization.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, because obviously, Nama's been picked up. I still like the pickup. It's good for him, and it's also good for Fnatic. So that's the breaking news. But also, yes, Todd is leaving Fnatic. And as you mentioned, he was, for me, the kind of face of that StarCraft 2 team, just because he was so good at Home Story Cup when he was commentating. He's a real character. He is charismatic as well, and he's really likable for all his oddities and stuff as well. But one of the interesting things that you can mention about Fnatic, I do believe a long time ago, Fnatic kind of mentioned that they were going to be like the foreign team in Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
I think they said that, yeah.
And so right now, the only person they have in Korea who's not, from Korea is Nightend. And, now they've got Nama. Are they going to send him over? Most likely, I guess. That would probably be what Nama wants, as well as the Fnatic team. But I was actually on the Fnatic website where I had a look at the lineup. And there was if you go into... If you actually go onto my screen trans, you can actually see this is Fnatic's version of a foreign team in Korea. I don't know about you guys, but something seems fishy. They haven't really done what they've kind of maybe set out to do, but I just think as well, like we mentioned previous times, that Korean players are actually a lot cheaper, train most likely harder. They don't give you all the exposure and PR. That's why it's great to have Todd. But over there in Korea, I'm sure they can produce great results for him.
I think the big reason why they switched from that strategy to the new strategy, it's basically because they switched head sponsors as well. I mean, they went from MSI to Raidcall, and Raidcall is the biggest voice over IP client in Korea. So they need Korean presence. I mean, that's the only reason. I mean, that's the big reason I think they're even have a house in Korea.
But isn't it a Chinese company?
It might be a Chinese company. I know it's the dominant.
At least maybe Chinese owners. Yeah. But for me, still, I think they're paying good money into Moon. And I don't see him giving it back to Fnatic at this point. Even though he's a good player.
Dude, did you see him at GSTL?
He's a good player, but I think he's attending too few tournaments. He's not splashing it up.
He's just recently switched over to StarCraft 2 as well. You got to keep that in mind.
Recently?
He keeps missing all of the events as well.
GSL Season 2, that's 2010, like September, October.
Where he was still playing Warcraft 3.
Yeah, at
now he's full-time StarCraft 2. We've already seen good results.
I still think we can see better out of him in gameplay, but I also agree with Hellspawn that he's not attending the amount of tournaments that I would want my potential star player, because that's how I look at Moon. He is. But he's not only just a star player for Fnatic. He's also, in my opinion, got the potential to be one of the best in the world, just like he was in Warcraft 3.
Yep.
It's a shame. And if you don't get that tournament experience, not that he maybe needs it for his nerves or how to play in tournaments, but it's also just playing people on your level in the tournament environment really does help you improve your game.
Yeah, and I mean, I think he missed not his 2 latest events, but I know he missed 2 events this last 6 months basically because of flights and visas and stuff. So it must be a bit annoying as well for Fnatic.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Visa for Korea?
I'm not sure. It was something like a visa or something.
Visa for Moon?
It was probably
legend allowed.
So that's the big news in terms of player transfers. We might as well mention also under player transfers then in other transfers within StarCraft 2 that Brat OK has joined Empire.
Yep.
And also Marsa has joined Root.
Yes.
Okay.
I think Brat OK switching to Empire is, to me, interesting, and I think it can be a good move for Brat OK.
I think it's a good move as well.
It's a big switch in the Russian scene as well, I guess. Moving from, I guess the rival teams, Roxkiss and Empire.
No, but he was in FXO.
Oh, okay.
He was not. I mean, if he had gone from Roxkiss, I thought also that he was in Roxkiss, but he was in FXO.
Okay. I mean, they're switching between Russian teams at least, so it's a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I think it's good for Empire. I think it's good for Brat OK, and they'll probably have a good relationship. So let's get into the news then. We can actually start now, Trans, from the top of the document, so we don't have to jump in. It was breaking news. Even though it's on our show, it's also on Fnatic website, so you can check it out at Fnatic.com. I don't know if there was a statement. I'm sure it was like, I'm really happy to join Fnatic. And then Fnatic were like, we think he's going to be really good. What?
Aren't they like having a show always, Fnatic?
Fnatic normally do.
This
where
time,
they had
this
someone
time Karn,
draw Moon. Let me go and check out the news.
This time they
and
had
see how
Karn do some random poem or something mentioning like all.
But
the
he
players.
always has his riddles.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird at least.
Do you like them having a show, Newman?
I don't know. It depends. I mean, sometimes it feels a bit.
Sorry,
too
I'm
much.
laughing at the website. I'm not laughing at what people are saying.
Uh-huh.
Can I just show you that the first post that Nama gets to welcome him after the news post, where he's like, "I'm really glad for the opportunity," is first post from Don Grizu. Not really a fan of his play, but okay, welcome. That's awesome.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
That is pretty brutal.
yeah.
As you change, and that's the first thing you see.
I think they player announcements has been really cheesy in all kinds of way, but I think they're going through like you're really noticing it.
Yeah,
Although when you do
depends.
sign Moon, who wouldn't notice you signing Moon?
exactly.
Yeah, but everyone,
I think
it works.
every team,
their announcements, Fnatic, I think, despite if it's cheesy or if it's not, people are talking about it, and good for them and good for the players because it gives them a good boost in their careers.
I think every team has a different way of announcing players, basically.
By the way,
I think it's good that we have different ways as well. So,
Yes, Hellspawn. Let's continue this subject.
Didn't Absolute Legends go out with Nama still being in the team?
Absolute Legend have like
kind of folded, haven't they?
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, but like 2, 3, 4 days ago, they went out. They're releasing 2 or 3 players, and then they're keeping Baby Knight, Death Angel, and wasn't the third?
No, Baby Knight joined
FXO.
FXO.
But they released that he would be in the team.
Yeah.
I
Drama. We'll see what happens.
Let's get our private investigator on it. Okay, let's go into the news. So there has been a good amount of WCS events, which is the World Championship Series, organized by Blizzard, but is also run by a lot of the esport partners around the world. The 3 events that there was one in China, South America, and also Canada. You guys obviously saw, we can go into the South American one. So the South American one was won by Dignitas Killer.
Yep.
In convincing fashion, or
he didn't drop a single map.
Didn't drop a single map. Okay.
Surge power.
And apparently it was a big audience, a big turnout for it.
Yeah, it looked really good. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of a venue they had, but it looked really good. It was a big movie theater kind of thing, and it looked really impressive for being like a South American event.
Which country was it in?
Wow. I'm not sure. I should really know that.
Because the IM one in South America was in Brazil, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And it was a really good one.
Yeah, I think this was from Brazil as well. I'm not sure what city.
So Dignitas Killer won.
That was the first continental.
Yeah, it was the first continental. That's what I was about to say. It was the first continental win.
Championship.
Championship, guaranteeing him a spot then, obviously at the World Finals. So then the other event that happened was in China. Anybody? I didn't actually watch this one.
I didn't get to watch it either.
I saw pictures of the stream and it looked really good.
Yeah,
the production was really good. Yeah,
it
looked very professional.
Really?
Yeah.
So impressive production.
Impressive production.
Who produced the one in China?
No idea. I know Artosis was on the stream, so I guess
that's true.
It might have been.
Might have been gone.
Yeah, it might have been gone then, because that's a partner. Like Blizzard have been going to preferred partners in different regions.
Yeah.
So I think South America was ESL.
Yeah,
I have a feeling. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe chat knows more than we do about this.
But it looked really good at least.
I liked it.
Was not GOM TV.
No, it wasn't GOM TV of that, I'm certain.
No, I don't think it was GOM either. But
What about PGL? You know, the old partner of ESL that used to represent them in China. Do they still exist and do production?
I think this one was actually on a TV channel. To what I could tell.
It looked.
And I think that the studio they had, the studio table was really good. I think that the mixture of having Rob Simpson together with Chinese English-speaking girl was not a good combination, because Rob Simpson is cracking a lot of jokes, and I think when you're having someone who has quite a lot of what's it called, dialect of your mother tongue, I think it's not connecting in a good way.
Yeah.
I think that the studio was awesome. The booths. The lighting, it was also crowded. It was almost filled out.
Yeah, it looked really sharp.
Yep. Yeah. Well, apparently it was PGL.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and also Neo TV, Ukeli is giving us an update. So yeah, I had a feeling PGL was still around, but I didn't actually know what they were up to that much, because I'm really out of touch with China.
Are you on Skype, James? because I found actually the new segment of Absolute Legends. 6 days ago, they presented they will have Nama, Baby Knight, and Death Angel still in the team, and their manager and Madalisk is leaving. They have a statement about it, and then Baby Knight has left. He made it clear, I think, maybe 1 month ago or 3 weeks ago, and joined another team, and now Nama joins Fnatic. Let's see what Death Angel does.
So, do I need to look at the statement?
No,
you just said what it was.
No,
Okay, so that's we went back in time there. Net easing, co-hosting. Okay, all right. That's and the last one, of course, the one that maybe you guys have followed closer was NASL hosted WCS Canada. And it was won by Huck, and obviously someone that has way more information.
What?
No, sorry, Scarlet. They look the same.
Scarlet.
They look the same.
Frizzy hair. Yeah.
It's like it could be Huck's sister.
Silence.
I agree with. At first sight, I thought, is it Huck playing?
With the wig?
At the first time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, really, I fucking thought that as well when I saw the first fucking interview. I was like, Jesus Christ, Huck is trolling. I was like, why is he wearing a wig?
It's kind of got like long hair and stuff. Huck is.
Well, that's what a wig does, Trans. It makes your hair look longer than it is. But the whole facial structure. But let's not go into this. Semmler.
Yeah, but that's a really impressive win from her, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
Scarlet
it's really
won. Yeah.
cool to see.
And
And
Scarlet,
she kind of dominated the entire tournament.
Yeah,
She did too,
Yeah.
and there's an interview up on GameSpot actually. Shout out to IDBC for actually taking care of the interviews this weekend. Really cool stuff. But Scarlett actually states that she wasn't afraid at all of Huck. That she beats him regularly on the ladder, and that she was really worried about the person she faced in the finals, which was Ostoji, because apparently he beats her regularly. So she was really worried going into that series, but still managed to take it 2-0. So just really dominating fashion.
Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting results that tournament. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Slush was really one of the really most underrated players. He didn't do that well either.
TT won as well, I think.
Yeah,
but
T1 did okay. He beat
did?
Huck.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he did take Huck out of the tournament as a whole in the loser bracket. But
I mean,
can't
like
remember
you
who
said,
took him
Slush
out.
has been really strong, and I think that Druby has got a lot of hate throughout 2011, but I think in Korea he improved quite a lot actually.
So I mean, Canada's got a really good scene. They seem really strong, at least compared to the US, at least.
For me, it's just that I'm getting annoyed by all this talk about Scarlett. She's a girl, but she's not a girl, and everything about it.
Well,
because
I don't really
for
care.
me, it's annoyed in the way that
It shouldn't be a topic, to be honest.
Yeah, but she is a girl. End of the story. But she won this tournament. She's the best Canadian player. That's what's important
that's
to
the
me.
story, yeah.
That's the story.
Yeah.
So I'm just I wouldn't say upset, but I really dislike all that talking. And of course, Huck not getting 10th.
Yeah.
10th.
That's big to me because he was for sure.
And
I don't know. Did they have 3 spots into the?
No, he's
No, he
qualified
still
to the
has a
next
flight.
one.
Really?
I think
really
he made
lucky.
the last. Yeah, that's
Really?
He
it.
took the
10th
last
place
spot.
was the last spot to be able to get it.
But that's to the North
he got
American Continental.
Yeah.
So,
What?
to the North American Championships.
But that's not serious.
that's really lucky for him.
That's bullshit.
That's
But
it's
that's
like
kinda-
it's like
I
the
mean-
championships where it's top 3 seed that we just saw in South America. Those top 3 go to the globals. But
It's really interesting though, because what was I going to say? Hasn't he been in Korea for like a year almost training? And
it's been there for
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has been traveling though a lot.
yeah, but still straight from Korea and
No, but you can
10th
have a
in this
bad
qualifier.
tournament.
Yeah.
You can have a bad day.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we can say anything until maybe he gets drunk, pukes on the couch, and then loses some tournaments, and then plays one sober. and
Produce
wins.
trans.
All right, so so it was a great last week for WCS. I really like what Blizzard are doing. Make sure you follow it. There's also the Nordic one coming up, and then the European Continentals as well a little later. It looks like it's going to be a great finish.
I think
for, StarCraft.
I think generally for these like WCS events, it's been really good for Blizzard, and it really shows what they can
Yeah.
do if they want to do something big.
Yeah. So-
Comparing this to like Dota 2 and Valve, this is so much better.
Yeah, so well done, Bernd from Blizzard, probably doing everything, and his assistant, Mark Olbitz. All right,
But
so
I would like to say one thing though. I think I like it more when it's a standalone WCS and not like Nassel or MLG Anaheim, because in some way you don't really. It gets in the shadow
It
for
gets
me.
the side tournament, yeah.
Both production, hype-wise, but also for the audience that you like.
But
Let's see one guy.
at the same time, if you want everything like separated, perfect, it's going to cost a shit ton more money. to run it.
Of course.
It's kind of like when you go see a concert, you get your main act and also, not to downplay it, but you get a warm-up act, right, as well.
Yeah, but you're getting the warm-up act at the same time as the main act. I think that's his point right now.
But but it was in different segments of the show.
No, they were happening simultaneously.
Really?
Control and
Yeah.
Israel actually
Oh,
had to stop. They had to stop their commentary because the crowd was cheering so loud for the main stage that the people couldn't hear them on the mics.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's not ideal. I still think they can coexist at the same venue.
Yeah, it's all about coordination.
Like the BlizzCon and GSL finals, and also what was it? IPL,
GSTL and IPL.
Yeah, that worked good. I think. I agree.
Yeah, so WCS was awesome, and well done to them. Next on the news item is an NASL recap. For those of you who watched, NASL did their third season, 100,000 in prize money. Despite what some people were confused about, there was apparently, I'm just reading this, there was a Playboy bunny, there was Stefano winning, and there was production ? And first of all...
Oh, you found it? I was looking for that earlier.
You found the statement?
No, but is this...
The NASA statement, I don't have the link now.
Let's introduce this. Do you actually have it with you before I go into that topic?
No, I don't have it with me, but I can find it out again.
Right.
Find it quickly.
Yeah.
No,
Greg can link it on Twitter.
One of the big things about NASL that people
Everybody has that.
were talking about, and let's not take anything away from the tournament. Really nice tournament. Stefano won. We've covered that in the results, but we're kind of talking about NASL and what they did and a little bit of a recap. Was they've given $100,000 prize money away for each season. But originally, you probably heard from, I think it was like In Control that said it first, because he was a bit of a spokesman at the beginning, that it was going to be like 100,000 and then 200,000 and then, more for the next one or something. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but they suggested that the prize money was going to start 100,000 and increase. This was then, of course, questioned on Live on 3 when they spoke to Russell, who is the founder of NASL, and he kind of said that
he placed the blame squarely on In Control's shoulders is what happened.
Yeah,
which I think is even worse.
Which In Controls doesn't own any of that company. He doesn't, he's allowed to say what they are telling him because he was their kind of spokesman face for the start of it. And what In Control probably told you back then was what he got told. You don't just go out on camera and say, or in statements, oh, by the way, this company's giving away $6 billion. Wow. Because that's not going to happen. So Russell kind of shut it down. Maybe didn't make In Control look so good, but I don't put In Control in blame on this one. It's just an interesting talking point because we now have a statement here, as you can see on my PC, from PRN, PR News Wire.
The press release.
North American Saudi debuts 400,000 StarCraft 2 Esports League. And where did you find that it was going to be increasing? The announcement?
The thing is, what they were mentioning in this text is it would be 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So 100,000 puts 100,000.
This was made
but we
before.
don't. But now we have to actually check our facts because we're talking about it. Where we say, well, how much is the prize pool actually been altogether? Because they gave away some money for each of the play games.
It was $60K at the last event. $40K was given out throughout the season, and they're $150 matches. Basically, they were putting $150 on every match,
and that made the $40K.
And that made the $40K, and that
so
went into the $60K.
So they are actually $100K.
And there was a statement. Sure. There was a statement when the league first announced the season 3 is that they were going to have that $100,000, and they explained where that money was going to be going. So there was the $100,000. It's whether that article that was written was before that article or not.
I don't really care about. They're missing money, to be honest.
They're
running a good tournament anyway.
Yeah, but you have to look at it objectively as well, because if you go in and you say one thing and come out with another, it means that things have changed within the company.
Yeah, of course.
Because I think that originally there was a private investor, I heard, who actually got into the idea of esports and then put up some money, and then they went from a private investor to an investment firm. And they probably, after not having that private investor anymore, who maybe he still owns, a percent or whatever, but he's not putting up, more money, that they reevaluated what was feasible for the company to survive and give out, and decided 100,000 a season is good, which it really fucking is, because it's still
For
a lot
me, it
of
was
money.
just
Really good money.
confusion. You
Yeah,
didn't
the
know the
confusing
prize
was
money.
the
That
hardest
was the
part,
big
yeah.
part. I mean, WCG 2010, they released the prize money for Counter-Strike 24 hours before the tournament actually started. So, I mean, it happened before. And then they cut, from the 2009 2010, they cut it 50%.
Yeah. So
I mean, NASA, they could have been $10,000 they played for.
yeah.
You don't know.
Other interesting things I liked about NASL.
They had some Playboy girl as the host or something.
Well, I didn't actually see her that much on camera. I
don't
really
know.
didn't.
I only read about it. I don't think it's
Saw
weird.
lots of pictures of her on my PC though.
I saw Stefano kicking her head in the prize ceremony.
What?
Kicking.
You missed that? It's like
kicked her?
someone did a backflip with Stefano when he won, and his foot or feet smashed her head in the back.
Are you kidding?
No.
What tournament were you watching?
Is that his way of getting a win?
Yeah, I know. You know, the old caveman style, lock them down
them
and
out.
drag them into a cave. That's maybe what
wait.
French people do.
Oh wait, here we go. We got it here. Ready? Wait, we've got something here from our chat.
It's really loud though.
All right,
Oh, she was bent
she
down.
just fell over. She's dancing. She's wearing high heels.
Everybody's just standing and watching it.
That's so weird.
Zoe's
This
like,
is really strange, I
This is
think.
yeah, I was going to comment on this. Where's the? Okay.
So
I
he
think
looks
it's
happy.
well, Zoe's always in a world of her own anyway.
I think it's like happening now.
Oh, here we go. Oh! Oh, that's awesome. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This guy's like, hey, I'm fucking cool. Let me come in and help you guys out. Yeah, Tom! All right, so and now he's like, oh shit, I just cop blocked the whole situation. And this guy's his wingman, or either that, or no, keep on the screen. This guy's either his wingman, or he just like paid him a lot of money to do this. And he's got like everyone's wallet in his pocket right now, so he comes over and he's like, fucking good job, man, let's get the fuck out of here. He's like, yeah, I just kicked that guy in the head. And he's like, oh, wait a second, let me just rub it in a bit. Yeah, let me just throw you over here at someone else.
I don't know.
That was amazing, I've never seen that. So what we need to, I honestly felt like I just like pointing out funny things, not as like I'm some sort of observational comedian, or I think that like they should be pointed out. I just like to because it makes me laugh. It really felt like someone had a meeting at NASL. Great tournament, by the way. Just want to say that now. And someone had a meeting at NASL, and to me it feels like while they were having that meeting about the prize ceremony, Day 9 walked in and was like, hey guys, I got a great idea. Why don't we all just dance at the end of the thing like happy people? And everyone was like, well, he is Day 9 and we're probably not paying him as much as he should, and if we don't dance he'll probably just leave. Yeah, Day 9, that's a great idea. We'll definitely all dance. And then they had to go around and tell everybody that they had to dance like idiots at the end of the show.
Can you imagine
because it was Day 9 I was watching, who was hosting, who was like, he was like telling the crowd, if you guys feel the need to dance, just do it. And then he started dancing, and then Stefano started dancing. And
Stefano's like the only guy who has a reason to dance right there. He's like 30K richer. He's like, okay.
yeah, and
Imagine the awkwardness if one of the Koreans won and was basically just standing there.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But the funny thing is, right, you know Asus ROG's coming up, right? And I was writing the show. I actually thought to myself at the end of the show, how fucking funny would it be if just to put a really bullshit ending on there, like really corny and cheesy, and actually have like people dance, but like a piss take, you know what I mean? Like, because you know, like a piss take when they do it on the shows, when they finish a show, everyone's like on and they're all dancing, and then the camera zooms out.
Yeah, it's like the
and
Ellen
I
show.
thought like that would be a really piss take like finishing to
And then
troll
it
everybody.
happened.
And then it actually happened at NASL, but it happened in a kind of way rather than like a joke way. Which I just think this is really funny to me because it's something I actually enjoyed watching for different reasons. But yeah, Day 9 definitely instigated it. But I'm happy Stefano won $30,000 because, no offense, he needs a lot of dance lessons.
I think he was doing good.
Well,
You also need a lot of dance lessons.
Dance lessons to review, maybe.
Nah.
But did you see the whoopsie that Nassel did? I think, you know, they had the commentators in the middle of the stage, normal one.
Again? Oh, okay.
And then they had the booths behind, and they had the nasal thing, which I think they came up with, having one big booth, and they look into each other.
Yeah.
Problem was just that they could see the commentator's screen, I think, so they put a bar all over the booth, so you saw like the top, the top of the head. You saw the players, but that was just because the players could see the commentator's screens, I would think. So they had to add that kind of board last minute in the booth. That's my suggestion, at least. And the lightning, you know, they didn't have any light on the Canadian flag, and they didn't have any light on the flag to the right. I don't know if it's a mixture in Canada. They didn't have any light on the World Championship Series logos in the booth, so it was just pitch dark.
Yeah, but I also feel that NASL, they don't have the resources of like MLG, IPL.
Or
so the event was really good atmosphere. It felt really good to watch, and it was really enjoyable. But if you really look into it, you go, okay, it was a little bit cheap. But you don't kind of focus on that if you don't want to just like, you know, pinpoint what, you know, was, not amazing.
It's probably something you would notice if you were, sorry.
It was probably a really successful event for them.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a very successful event.
They filled the house.
I think every time they're improving.
Yeah, I think, they're getting a lot better.
In a couple of seasons, they're up there.
By the way, it's hilarious to see that Simpson episode where they had turned in the nasal sound, and he was turning up and down the radio in the same way as the sound guy did. I don't know.
All right, so let's move on. NASL, great event, and congratulations to Savano.
It's a big win.
We should mention that almost no Terrans made the bracket today, or no, almost no Terrans made round of 8.
It's so broken. Zerg is winning everything.
It is broken.
So let's get into the next piece of news. Sam, you want to take it away?
Yeah, we have the TSL 4 qualifiers that are over now. With 2 Liquid players, 1 EG player. Why do you have 2 to 3 Dignitas players that are spending more on your team? Okay, never mind. TSL 4 qualifiers are over. TSL qualifiers have been wrapped up. We had the 10th European one just last week with Apollo and myself commentating it, actually, so it was a lot of fun. But that's it. That's it. We're down to our last players that are actually going to be participating in this tournament, and I think that Thorzane, the reason why that comment was in there is that we only have 1 EG player, and that is Thorzane. That's because he auto-qualifies, because, of course, he's the last champion. So,
how did EG try this?
They didn't. I think Machine had 11 points in the point system.
I think
check
Huck
for Idris,
tried
check
as
for
well.
everybody else. None of them had anything going. So,
I just know Huck said sorry to his fans that he failed to qualify.
Yeah, he tried to qualify for one of them, I think. I don't know. I don't think Stefan even tried to qualify, did he?
Who were the 2 Liquid players that made it through?
One of the Koreans, and then
Was not Hepro, he failed.
Teja qualified.
What about
and then,
TLO?
TLO hasn't qualified.
One of the Westerners. Rhett, probably.
For me,
about
it's just
likely.
TSL4 is not as hyped as last time, obviously, but we will see what happens when they put on the big show. Cytoplas won. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but there were like a lot of qualifiers.
But it's a tournament we want, and even if it's not as hype, it's still good. It's there, and I think that they sold it well because it seems like it's paid for and it's running really smooth. So.
I like the qualification system, at least, with so many qualifiers and so many points, and so it's like it's really good. For the hard-working one who wants to focus on TSL, I think it's really good.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so next in the news, after TSL4 qualifiers are over and the final list is up, you can always check out that on teamliquid.net. And also, I can't remember their Wikipedia name ever. It's like Liquipedia, yeah. You can go check it out there, the results. Asus ROG qualifiers are over. They happened Saturday and Sunday, just gone on the Good Studio here. Semmler and Apollo commentated. From qualifier 1, you can do this because you actually saw it, and I'm just reading text.
No, we had sort of Bly, Livezerg, and Pomi qualify on day 1. And day 2, we had Baby Knight, Ciplo, Johnny Rico. Actually, it was really cool to see Johnny Rico do well. And Suppy, a US player who managed to qualify as well. You guys will notice one theme, though, throughout that whole thing is that there are no Terrans. I think one Terran on the first day, and he got destroyed. So it was really just 2 days of ZVP and ZVZ, PvP, one PvP.
And also, just to mention, because we always criticize people, the good studio running the Asus RG qualifiers did run them at the same time as NASL. Pretty stupid idea, and only managed to achieve about 1,500 viewers, which normally would have been about a 10K event with players. But unfortunately, we can't blame the good studio. We can only blame Apollo for being too fucking busy and leaving to go to America to commentate MLG Arena, and then only recently coming back, so we couldn't do it any other time.
He's leaving on Wednesday.
He's leaving Wednesday.
He's leaving
which online
morning.
qualifiers? Inter-Sim Masters, MLG, NASL, IPL have 10,000 concurrent viewers on an online tournament?
When we do our scan events, we usually reach
almost
25K.
What do you mean when you do your scan event?
But this is
we
a
do your
qualifier.
fucking scan
We're talking
event.
qualifiers. TSL got close.
Yeah, but a lot of their events
That's not a qualifier, right?
it's not a qualifier, but
Yeah,
it's the same
true.
thing. It's the same thing.
But normally,
TSL 4 got close.
normally with a qualifier, you can hit like 5 to 10K. I think.
I mean,
But 5 to 10 is a
Big difference.
Yeah.
It is.
But my point is just, I think that it's a big. I think it's a big problem in StarCraft 2 with online qualifiers overall, because I think that people just want to see live events because they are so spoiled with so many live events. I mean, if you want to watch StarCraft 24 hours a day, you can almost watch live events 24 hours a day. So I think that viewer-based, I don't think that online qualifiers are sticking to it. And if I'm looking through Inter-Sim Masters Gamescom, MLG's the Summer Arena, the IPL 5, this American one, which was also at the same weekend as NASL and the Asus ROG. So no EG players, no Canadian players at IPL 5. I just see that the quality of the online qualifiers is really bad at the moment. No one has the time, not even the players.
Yeah, but like that's.
It's
the
oversaturation
summers.
as well.
It's like everybody
Might be the
knows
summer.
from June till end of August is really, really busy for events, and it's so.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. There's lots of events to choose between. I mean,
I think it's
if you
nice
look
for
at- if you
people
look at,
like
like-
sort of Johnny Rico to have a qualifier where they're quite proud that they still won because they beat good players.
but I mean, we shouldn't talk down on sort of. He's probably
Yeah.
the best Zerg in Europe at the moment.
Yeah,
Not,
and
not counting Stefano.
And these guys
It's
are going to
really
be going
strong,
to Asus ROG, which will be, of course, August 2nd to the 5th, hosted by the Good Studio, and there will be no other events going on at the same time. But if there are other people doing qualifiers at the same time, fuck them, because that's what happened to us. All right, so moving on to the next piece of news, quite big, it's still in StarCraft 2, of course, is that MMA has been demoted and booted from Slayer's house. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Big news. Semmler, do you want to start us off with some of the details?
Well, that you about summed it up. That's the thing. There aren't that many details. It's a bit of drama that just came out, I believe today. Not a lot is known about it. There's one translated article that came out on one of these Korean sites where they translated it. What's that?
This is Himi?
This is Jimmy.
Is it called it?
This is game, isn't it? Or this is.
It's like iPlay or something
This
like
is
that.
Jimmy.
Whatever. Point being, there isn't that much known about it. Nobody's made any public statements or official statements. I know that Slasher, I was talking with him earlier, is actually trying to talk to the Koreans to figure out more. All we know is that he's been relegated to the B team and that he will be moving out of the house, basically. He's still allowed to participate in the GSL games, though.
So that's what we know so far.
This is Jimmy. That's a player, dude. Yeah.
But what is it called then?
Hellspawn, what do you think maybe could happen if you can speculate? Personally, I think MMA probably just finger banged Jessica and Slayer Boxer found out. But what's your take on the whole thing?
Looking into it, I think it's a big one that Boxer ain't playing that much anymore. They lost Teja and Gansi to Team Liquid and Complexity. So I think Slayers has gone downhill, at least at keeping the players. To lose MMA, I didn't think it would happen. I think it can be that they don't have the foundings to pay the salaries and especially the travel. I think the problem has been that the Slayers gamers or players has been to the events that they have got paid by the tournament itself, and they couldn't pick and choose from what they want to go on their own. I think.
Yeah.
But still, for Slayers to release MMA
They haven't released him though. They demoted him.
Okay, they said, fuck you, we're gonna put you in a cellar.
That's basically what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still contracted, I guess.
Well, I mean, he has stated that he's looking for.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's still contracted, he can't move. But like you said, I think it's a long thing coming. Basically, he's probably been trying to get his salary up.
The thing is, it has to be something big. It really has to be something big to literally take your star player, and go. You have to leave the house, right? Which means, what is he doing in the house that is causing all problems, right? You know. I'm just saying.
None of the female gamers are living there, though. I will check that out.
Neither is Eve.
What if he got away from what's happened in the Western world? You know, he wanted a piece of that pie.
That's probably exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's probably exactly.
It's probably one of those problems.
You wouldn't, if someone was like, "Oh yeah, in the Western world, everyone's making a lot more money. I want more money." They wouldn't go, "Oh no, let's treat you really badly, so you stay."
No, but
maybe he insisted. We're like, no, and then he got angry, whatever. They got in a fight, and then I'm like, okay, there you go.
it's probably been like the problems have been growing a lot as well, getting worse and worse, and that's probably a big fight that set this thing off. Probably that's what I'm guessing.
It's going to be awesome once we find out.
Yeah, exactly.
News, but I don't think.
I really
hope
you're
it has
expecting some big piece of drama.
Of banging and fingers.
Yeah, no.
You think so? What percentage of him touching or wanting to touch Jessica?
Huh? I don't know.
But what are the odds? What's the spread?
I mean,
take bets.
weren't Slayer sponsored by Razer, and Boxer had his personal sponsor by Intel? And if I watch it at Wikipedia, they don't have any of them mentioned.
Yeah.
And I don't really know that.
Apparently, Slayers have an internal tournament every week where the loser gets demoted to the B team and has to leave the house.
What?
I don't know if that's going to be true. But yeah, I've just got a feeling somehow Jessica is behind some of the decision making that is that I think will cause MMA probably to join a foreign team. Because once you publicly say, like, or even suggest you're looking for a team, I mean, who's not going to contact MMA?
He's probably got like 5 or 6
I mean,
already.
for starters, he's Korean, and from what rumors have told us, he's really good with his fingers, right?
He's got that APM, bro.
Massive APM.
So,
fuck's sake.
Definitely something's gonna happen there. So Slasher will probably not find out, but we'll leave it to him to have a look. All right, so
Crank as well. That's the thing. Both him and Crank took Slayers off their Twitter.
Oh yeah.
That's a big thing, actually. That kind of precludes leaving a team.
Yep.
So
it's gonna be massive. I wonder who's gonna pick him up.
Me too.
Team Dignitas. You should pick him up.
You should
Give him a really good salary.
It's Terran. They can't win anymore. We've already picked up a new player that we haven't announced yet, so it's coming soon.
Yeah, well,
who can
guys,
it be? It's not Nama. It's not MMA. Is it Todd? No.
Gruffy MMA. No. Fnatic RC MMA. Western Wolves. He's going to join Moscow 5, maybe AL. Who knows? Dignitas Todd. Fuck this shit, chat. All right, okay, guys. When we come back, we'll be continuing with more of the news. But of course, also to mention before we go on a small break, make sure you head over to facebook.com/ROG Nordic. I had that on the tip of my fingers. Just like MMA said about Jessica. I have to log into Facebook. It's really annoying. Quite an eccentric typer, aren't I? Yes, you can go to facebook.com/ROG Nordic. Make sure you like the page. There still looks like they've got the Mars 2 contest, which is a fat graphics card, which will improve your life by at least 12.3%. And if it doesn't, you can have a refund. Of course, you win it for free, so that's not going to help anybody. But yeah, make sure you go over there. Make sure you like the ASUS page. They support our show, the studio, and also we'll be producing their tournament. And that's it, really. Go have a break. Have something nice to drink. Go watch Naniwa stream for a second and say something nice like, I like your feet.